What is the IT strategy for the U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA? How is it modernizing its IT systems and infrastructure? And what is USDA doing to use technology to transform the way it operates and meets its varied missions? I'll explore these questions and so much more with our very special guest, Gary Washington, Chief Information Officer at the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Gary, could you give us a sense of what it is to be the CIO at a department so diverse, but yet with such an important mission as USDA? What's a day in the life of the CIO?
Well, I never have a dull moment, I tell you that. USDA is exciting. I get to, I have to know about a great many things, not in great detail, but enough to make an informed decision. The secretary and the deputy secretary depend on me and empower me to show leadership throughout the department in IT, and they afford me the ability to do that. I'm the vice chair of our investment review board at the department level, which is led by the deputy secretary and comprised of all of the undersecretaries in the department, as well as the chief financial officer and the budget director. And I sit on other various boards that have a significant strategic importance from an IT perspective. I'm fortunate enough to be in a situation where we are truly taking a business-driven approach to IT, and we strive to make sure that we mature that on a daily basis. I spend a lot of time conferring with policy officials and executives in the mission areas. I represent USDA on the Federal CIO Council. I represent our IT interests with OMB and GAO. Obviously, all department CIOs at some point are going to be called to testify on the Hill. So I do that as well. But, we've gone through a lot of consolidation and change over the last 4 years here at USDA. And, I've had the good fortune of being able to lead us through a lot of that.
Yeah. And, you mentioned the importance of your role and how you work on different councils and the organizational changes that you just alluded to. It's got to be challenging. So I was wondering, Gary, what are some of the, top 3 management challenges that you face in your role, and how have you sought to address those challenges?
Well, I mean, if I had to talk about maybe the top 3 management challenges, the one of them would be, implementing change without impacting, business mission delivery, and so we have to work very closely with our program areas on what we implement across the department, because we have so many things going on as a department that we don't want any of that to be impeded. The second thing I'd say is managing through culture change, because technology does impact culture. It changes the way you do things, you approach your business. We're really focused on improving our service delivery, so we have to be aware of that. I think that the third thing would be, when you're making decisions that you ensure bring business value to your organization, you can't leave behind the workforce. So, we have to make challenges in terms of, preparing our workforce for our future and making sure they are part of the journey moving forward.
Going from the mission, your leadership style, Gary, I was wondering if you could tell us more about your IT strategy, and more importantly, what are some of your key strategic priorities for the department in IT?
Well, I mean, our new IT strategy is being reviewed by our secretary as we speak. But basically, what's included in that and what will be rolled out here soon, we're really focused on, the IT workforce, making sure that we give our employees every opportunity to learn and grow and be successful, and keeping a focus on recruitment of our next workforce, IT workforce. In addition to that, digitizing USDA, making sure that we implement the customer experience executive order, and working with our partners in the Office of Customer Experience here in USDA. And obviously, cybersecurity is a gigantic priority at USDA. Taking steps to, making us more secure from a cyber perspective, working with our partners at DHS, the National Security Council, OMB, on implementing cybersecurity executive orders and memorandums and the like. And being just, in terms of governing, just being good stewards of our taxpayers' money by putting the proper controls in place to ensure that we're being business driven and we're making the best investments for our agriculture and the American public. We strive to be a customer-centric, data-driven organization, and we're going to make informed decisions on data or factual data at USDA.
See, I was wondering, Gary, are there any like internal or external trends, internal drivers that have shaped and informed your vision and strategy around IT for the department? And what are some of the principles that kind of guide you through the execution of your strategy?
Well, the things that drive us are really the vision of our leadership, our secretary and our deputy secretary, what they want USDA to be, and that's not absent of the ideas of our mission areas and what they need on a daily basis to be successful, from information technology to enable them to improve service delivery. And obviously, we're informed by, guidance from other places, such as the Customer Experience Executive Order, our cybersecurity requirements, the focus of the workforce. I mean, basically outlining a lot of the things that in the president's management agenda has an impact on our vision and our strategy as well. I'm a firm believer that you this is a team effort, so you really need good team members to be successful. So at the core of all of this is making sure that people are prepared to be a part of our plan and vision, our vision and strategy.
That's great. I want to talk about sort of delve into, if I could, specific initiatives, and one is you're seeing everywhere across the federal enterprise with agencies and departments is IT modernization. And I was wondering, Glad, if you could talk about some of your efforts around modernizing IT infrastructure and systems. Specifically, what about your cloud migration? What are some of the benefits and some of the key challenges of moving to the cloud?
Well, we've been modernizing for a few years now, and we've taken on a lot of things. Our cloud migration has been a family effort across USDA. We migrated a little over 81% of our applications to the cloud. We give our mission areas choices as to, what cloud platforms that they want to migrate to. But we do all of this together. The mission area CIOs across USDA and Office of the CIO work very closely to make sure that we implement cost-effective solutions for mission areas based on their business needs. We also taken on a consolidation and modernization in the area end user support across USDA. We've taken that on. We're modernizing our data practices, and the one big challenge that we're taking on right now is our network modernization. We're going down from our goal is to go down from 17 networks to one using the EIS vehicle, the federal GSA vehicle to modernize our network so that we could, provide better services and performance to our employees in rural America. So we're very excited about that as well.
Gary, how is USDA using robotic process automation, RPA, and bots to change the way it does business?
Yeah, so we have a whole practice around RPA in terms of how we use it. We first started because there was an opportunity from OMB. I partnered with the CFO here, and she wanted to automate some of the things that she did in her office. So we worked together on that. Then it further expanded out to, we set up a whole service management office here at USDA, solely around providing robotic process automation services to our mission areas. So we partner with our mission areas. We have a whole methodology and practice around that. And a lot of people are excited about the opportunity to automate, currently manual processes and being able to see a structured process to do so. We've seen return on investment on that. We have more and more people wanting to engage in RPA activities every day, all the time. That's a practice here that's growing. That's a practice, we have different approaches to RPA as well. We have a centralized approach to it and a decentralized approach to it as well. But in both approaches, we are here to support our customers, across USDA in that regard.
This has been the Business of Government Hour, a conversation with Gary Washington, Chief Information Officer at the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Be sure to join us next time for another informative, insightful, and in-depth conversation on improving government leadership and its effectiveness. Until then, subscribe, download, and listen to the entire interview at Podcast One, iTunes, or on your favorite podcast app. And as always, at businessofgovernment.org.